Hello everybody, and welcome to the Daytona International Speedway for the Duels. I am Trips Zizzo, your host for today's event, and I am joined by my two commentators, Euro and Ally. How are you doing today?
Hello.
Um, hello, and I'm doing good.
That's great. We're here ready for duel number 1 with Patrono in the 20 starting on pole. He was originally, I believe, going to be second, but Fusion Core could not make it today. Second place, Napa. That's your front row for duel number 1. Would you look at that? Another rookie in a Toyota. That's Ethan. EJ Designs in the 11 and many other faces ready to kick off qualifying to set everyone behind Carter and Beast for the Daytona 150. Quite an interesting story last week as Carter did end up taking the pole, winning Ford their first pole of the in the Daytona 150 with Beast in his slide job, Danny Racing Chevrolet in second place. But we're here for the duels to set the remainder of the field to 30-lap events here in Daytona Beach, Florida. Now, Euro, you do have a start in the duels. What is it like to race, to qualify and make it in, knowing that only a certain amount make it in?
Well, it really puts you under a lot of pressure, and especially at a time of the season like this where you want to show everyone just the potential you have. And that reputation will last throughout the season, so you really want to build your reputation and really just how you drive, and you want to show everyone that you are the guy to do it.
Hmm. As Ally, do you have any interesting facts to know here in Daytona before we get started, especially regarding the duels? I mean, this is the first season since season 3 that we've run this format. Season 4, we took a break from that to revamp said format.
Sorry, can you say that again?
Do you have any interesting facts here for us today?
Um, Not really.
Alright, then. That was a last second chance because I forgot something. Okay, anyway, let's go ahead and get interviews started here from the Daytona International Speedway. I don't believe Patrono, are you able to get an interview? Alright then, let's interview your pole sitter here for duel number 1. Unexpected pole sitter, Patrono in the number 20. Hello, Patrono. How are you doing today?
Hello, good evening. I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking.
Well, you're starting on the pole. You weren't expecting to be starting on the pole, but here you are in your first official start, I believe, in the Peak Racing Association. Quite a good way to start off. What's your plan for duel number 1, being knowing that only 6 cars make it into the Daytona 150?
Well, of course, I got very lucky today because the Fusion didn't show up, so I got his position, and I think the best strategy is trying to keep the the front row as much as possible and try to not fall behind, so I can keep this position and qualify for the Daytona 500 in the end. So that's my goal, to not fall too far behind, you know.
Alright then. Ally, Euro, anything for Paterno?
Patrona,
Obviously,
you had a
here you
Patrona,
can.
you had a really strong engine under that hood of the number 20 machine. So, what do you think you can do here today?
Well, seeing how qualify went, I think I'm fast. I know which lines are good, so I will try to run them. I will also need to see if the others run them as well, so we maybe can work together and stay in a pack and you know keep up on the front.
All right, and one more thing, Bertrano. Are you going defense or offense? Are you gonna get aggressive, or are you gonna try and stay in line to get that draft and make last second moves? Like, what are you doing here?
I think that for the first couple of laps, I will try to be defensive, not trying anything too crazy, but towards the end, I think I will get a bit aggressive, if I'm risking it, if I'm safe, I can continue being defensive and keep my place if it guarantees me the Daytona 500.
Ally, anything?
Obviously, you're a rookie here, and you're sitting on the pole. Just what are your feelings during all this? Being up front, having a shot to get into the 500.
Sorry, I didn't hear you well. Can you repeat a bit slower?
Hi, Rowan.
So, obviously, you're a rookie,
Yes.
and I just want to know what you're feeling here, sitting on pole
Well,
with the duels.
well, I didn't expect to be in the top 5 at all in qualifying when I started, so it was a very good surprise for me. But starting in the pole for a duel, it feels very good as well. So, mm, s- first time for me, yes. So I will try to not think about it too much and just race like every other time.
All right then. Well, thank you for your time, Patrono. We have a few other drivers to interview before we get underway. I wish you luck starting from the pole. Go ahead and rejoin VC. Next driver we interview. First person to say E in chat. We're going to interview another Toyota rookie, the 11 for Accelerate Racing. That's your team, Euro. EJ Designs. Hello, Ethan. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. I just came back from a league race at Daytona also, and I won. So I'm pretty good right now. I was having lots of lag issues though. I really hope I don't have that here, but I'm doing pretty good.
All right, then. Well, you're starting third on the inside. That will put you right behind your Toyota teammate in Patrono. Do you think that's going to help you out throughout this duel, being linked up from lap 1?
Rowan.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna get us going up there. Yeah, I think we're gonna do pretty good. Yeah, especially on the inside too. From what I've noticed, especially with these cars, inside lane is pretty good. Especially with two cars, you can kind of just zoom past the outside.
Until it
But
gets
yeah,
formed up, of course.
yeah, but
Takes about a lap.
yeah, I think me and the 20 are gonna work pretty well together.
All right, then. Ally, Euro, anything?
Only thing for you, Ethan. Good luck out there.
Yep, thank you.
Ally.
Yeah, same thing.
Wha-
What?
So I said same thing. So it's
Oh, all right,
figures.
then.
Yeah.
All right, then. Well, thank you for your time, Ethan. I know this is a shorter interview, but I'll see. But it was great talking to you. Good luck from third here.
Yeah, thank you.
Next person to say the letter H, whether in chat or lobby. It's gonna be Savage. All right, then. Go ahead and rejoin VC if you haven't yet, Ethan. We're gonna be interviewing Savage here. Hello, Savage. Last time you were in a racing, last time you were in a race scenario here in Daytona. That was the Clash. You got second behind your driver DB at Savage Motorsports 1-2. How are you feeling headed into the duels here today?
I'm feeling pretty good. I learned a lot from the Clash, learned what works, what doesn't, learned how to make moves, so I think we're going to be pretty well set to make the field for the 150 today.
All right, then. Well, two cars in today's first duel will not be making the 150. Who are you looking at to be right on that bubble and possibly make a move that could put you in jeopardy later in this race?
I'm thinking Vaughn or EJ.
Two fair choices. Ally, Euro, anything for Savage?
Nope.
No. Okay. Well then, thank you
Wow,
for your
I see
time.
how it is.
Thank you for your time, Savage.
Um,
You'll be starting fourth, right behind Napa, your two-time and defending PRA champion. Wish you luck here today in duel number 1.
Thank you.
Go ahead and rejoin VC. Now, let's go ahead and head off the racing surface, get to the safety of the infield. Well, the safety. We all know that here in the duels in Season 3, Rich, who is subbing for Red here tonight, he had a little bit of a tumble and went to the infield and then right back out onto the track. Well, we'll hope that doesn't happen today. Roughly a 1 in 30 chance of a blowover happening in the duels, mathematically. Much less than Season 3's pretty much 100% if you got sideways. So, we'll see what happens. But anyway, 30 laps, duel number 1. Patrono on the pole. Pace speed will be 90 miles an hour, but before that, I got a little ahead of myself. Before that, it's time for the command to start your engines. Presented by first person to say the letter R in lobby. It's gonna be Savage. Alright, 2 Savage Motorsports commands to kick off the season. And now for the command to start your engines for the Daytona International Speedway, presented by by one-time winner, Season 4, 3rd place, and driver the number 77, Savage.
Drivers, start your engines!
All 8 engines here in Duel 1 are fired up. I hope everyone has their numbers set. Change all laps -1. Looks like it. It's just the commentators. Okay, cool. Pace speed 90. Use standard roll-off procedure. Single file until said otherwise. Duel 1 here in Daytona, 30 laps. Your pole sitter is Patrono in the number 20 for IDK Racing, and to his outside is Napa, your two-time and defending champion, making his final season here in season number 5. Ally, Euro, continue. Starting lineup.
In row 2, we have EJ Designs in the 11 and Savage in the 77.
Row 3, we have that number 83.
93.
93 relay machine of Vaughn. Also beside him is Slamdor and that number 83 legendary machine.
And rounding out your field here today is Max Blugio in the 31 for Slide Job Dana Racing, and Rich, who is subbing in for Red. 2 IR Motorsports cars here in duel number 1. That is the only team, I believe, other than... No, IR and Dace Alpine both have 2 cars in this duel. So we'll see how that works out for those 2 teams.
The field rounds their way off of turn 4.
It is
For the
not
first
GTT.
time... Oh, my bad. Getting my head of myself. sorry.
Sure, Euro. Close
Great
things
night.
you don't need and tasks you don't need.
Great night for racing here in Daytona. So gonna head across the line under
We'll
pacing.
get double out of 4. Remember, inside will be on the apron, outside will be right above the line.
Let's make some early picks to win here. I have Ethan. I think EJ Designs. I think he can get it done. He got 3rd in the Clash.
Thank you, Ally.
Yeah, and he could have made that move work. He just made it a little early. Nobody wanted to go with him. That really set him up for a disappointing result after a great day in the clash. He's up front a lot of the time at these super speedways. He just hasn't been able to get it done. I think Savage is a great choice to watch for in the number 77 Bennett Chevrolet. He is also up front all the time at these super speedways, really aggressive, not afraid to make the move. I would not be surprised if he makes a last-second move and steals the win, or possibly, if it comes to it, the cutoff spot here in duel number 1.
I think we're all sleeping on that number 99 machine of Napa. I mean, that guy has been very consistent all throughout his Peak Racing Association career, and is a really good pick to win here at Daytona in his final season especially, so he's really going to have to be locked in.
Alright then, well, headed out of turn 4, we're going to hand it to you, Euro, to open up duel number 1.
The
Double
field
up.
paces their way off of turn number 4. For the first time in months, Peak Racing Association will go back green. Leading the field to the green flag is that number 20 machine of Patrono. Green flag, we're underway at Daytona. Oh no.
Oh no. Caution's out.
Patrono gets out of his car.
And the yellow flag will fly. Patrono out of his race car.
Patrono, just respawn that car.
Well, what a start to the season, huh?
Yeah, they're racing back as Ethan in the 11 on that inside lane. Look at Vaughn in the 93 jumping up to his ally. That's Savage. What can they do? Out of the final corner. It's going to be side by side for the race back in duel 1.
Vaughn versus Ethan. Back to the start-finish line. Vaughn will win it, and he will be starting first for the restart.
Yeah, and that's a great way to experiment, especially with such an early caution like that one. Vaughn in the 93 knows just about what he needs to do if he wants to go for a win now, but everyone else saw that too. So now the entire field is going to be watching for that kind of move later on in this duel. But a caution on lap number 1 after Patrono jumps out of his car in turn number 1. So rack him up. We'll try it again.
Do it one more time, but once is never enough.
An early caution here in duel 1. Pit road will be open this time to anyone that wants in.
Do these drivers have to make a pit stop these races? Or,
Yes,
can-
as a fuel run at Daytona tends to be 20-ish laps.
Okay.
I think it's a little too early for anyone to really go in for fuel.
We can't confirm that, though. Savage is speaking low. And it does look like we will go into pit road. Vaughn leads them down. Or, no. Just Vaughn and Napa will go down.
Yeah,
And
just
then-
what I thought. It's too early to head down pit road. It's lap 3. You're gonna have to make another pit stop no matter what. I would have waited until later in the race.
Everyone really, pretty much everyone on that inside line who looked like they were going to pit road faked it.
Yeah, Slamdor also came in. We didn't see him head down pit road.
Now, the main issue with faking it like that is that you do have a risk of hitting the pit limiter or hitting another vehicle. So,
Mhm. Hence the new
it's-
rule that was implemented for mid-season 4, I believe, and now into season 5, single file, no passing into pit road under caution to avoid something like that. This wrecking other cars, it happens a lot on pit entry.
so yeah, it is a smart but risky move.
You could also hit another car while faking out, not just like hitting the pit limiter.
Yeah, it is green this time. Single file restart. Sorry to cut you off.
I mean, you didn't really cut me off.
Yeah.
Ethan, new race leader, will lead them in between turns 3 and 4. Back to the green flag they will go in just a couple hundred feet.
Coming towards the green flag. Ethan in first. We're
And
underway
we're back
once
underway
more.
at I bet. Ethan leads them into turn 2, and now down the back straightaway. Got a really good restart. Has about a 1 or maybe even 2 car length gap, but he still has Savage to worry about in behind him.
Yeah, and here comes the field building that momentum.
Ethan still has about a 1 car length gap to Savage, but they're all single file throughout the pack, so I think it shouldn't be that hard getting back to him.
It's the corner entries that these drivers really have to make their moves here, because there is a risk of some drivers sliding up on corner entry and kind of missing the inside of that turn, which gives you an opportunity to maybe move them out or just get right under them.
Though that does primarily happen on exit.
I think the move here, and what a lot of drivers are doing right now, is to just go single files. You see, moving the back from Patrono. Outside lane has formed. Savage jumps up.
Here comes Savage. Now Ethan is stuck with a choice to make. Outside. Now he can't make a choice. He has Max and Savage to worry about as they make their way off turn 2.
He has to block 2 lanes now as opposed to 1, so
That
his challenge.
Yeah, and that was a great blocking job we saw from Ethan. He, for the most part, stayed still. Some movement, but for the most part, stayed still, knowing that if you move too much, you're mostly scrubbing speed from yourself. You're more likely to get someone alongside you.
And the aggression here from Savage is real. You saw him make some very, very risky but flawless moves down the front straightaway, and especially on the back straightaway just a lap ago. You see him all over the back of the back bumper of that number 11 machine. He'll
Patrono
definitely
back
pass
out.
him in the coming laps.
When you go into line, back out next time, please, Patrono. To an open spot, as we're 3 wide.
What is the cutoff for making the 150, if there is one?
The top 6 in each duel make it in.
Now, falling back there is that number 83 machine of Slam Door. I'm guessing can't quite get the draft out of the rest of the field, so is running about maybe a second to half a second behind.
77 Savage here on the outside. I think he might be able to get around the 11 of Ethan off the corner. Yes, he will. Into the back.
Savage clears the number 11 machine down the back straightaway with help from Max.
The amount of... I forgot the word, are you kidding me? Suspense the duels create here at Daytona is just... It's a lot, to say the least. Because right now, Napa isn't in the 500.
Now, the new top 2 are looking to quite a duel, as Max is really peeking out on the outside, especially on the corner panel of that number 77 machine. Slides up, gives a little bit of room. You see Ethan also peeking down. Max makes the move, and he's now to the race lead.
Look at Ethan pushing Savage.
Not for long. Here comes that inside line. Down the inside, watch out for them. Big block by Savage, doesn't work, comes back up. Here comes that middle lane.
Into turns number 3 in Daytona, Savage leads. Rich and Vaughn trying to make something happen as Max Blucio comes up to block the 88,
Red
and
to the
he
outside wall. Contact made.
And they're 3 wide for the lead. Look at Rich. All the way to the top. And he has help from Ethan in the 11. They're making that third lane work. 3 wide for the lead in Daytona.
Now Max was stranded for a second in the exit of the tri-oval, but now he is back stranded. But Patrono looks to be coming. Will he go in or out?
DJ moves down to the middle lane. Vaughn's stuck on the outside, left out to dry. The 88 now leads.
Rich made a really risky move, and it worked out.
Now Rich trying to defend that number 77 off of him. Been strong all race, been making super aggressive moves. At no cost though. He's been going real strong at the front of this field.
They head down the front straightaway here. Patrono, who jumped out of his car at the beginning of the race, now pushing Savage. Rich still leads as he uses that outside lane to his advantage.
But the inside is looking like the dominant line here, but you see that outside line, Rich, Ethan, and Max trying to make it work, and it looks like they are making it work. Rich to the race lead.
Huge run down the back for that outside lane. We may see one of them drop below. EJ Designs drops low with Rich. Max Blucio left out to dry. 6 cars currently in the 500 are Rich, Ethan, Savage, Patrono, Vaughn, and Napa as we see cars go to the outside.
And these drivers are trying their best to stick to that double yellow line, because if you're not, you have a chance of getting slid up and stranded. Ethan to the race lead.
And a
Back
great
to the
move
lead.
to the inside as Savage looks up, but he just doesn't have help. He's going to stick behind Ethan. No, up to the top. Tries to work with his ally Rich, but Rich was there. Savage gets to slide in front now. And look at the surge on the inside lane.
And they all got really squirrely off of turn number 2, but at the end it comes out with Ethan. Ethan still the race leader, the outside falling back insanely right now. Savage trying to make it work with Rich. Ethan smacks the wall.
That could have
It
been
looks like
lag.
Looks
But
like
it
it's
won't come at much of a cost, as he has drafting help from that number 77 machine, which now goes middle to help Max.
Here they come down the front straightaway. Max Blucio trying to block the leader. Sorry, second place of Savage. I don't know what else on there. And they go through turn 1. Still blocking Savage now down below the double yellow line. Rich is going to get to the inside. 3 wide for the lead.
And a big mistake by the 31 machine of Max. He gets shoved to the outside line after Savage tried to pass him in turn 4, but caught his corner panel, shoved him all the way up the racetrack. But Savage is in that middle line looking for drafting help.
Slam doors, staying smart out back here, waiting for a wreck or pit stops to advance his position. Getting great racing up front here. Max Blucio still leads.
And that outside line really making it work, but Rich is also there with help from Savage, who tries to join that outside line, and he knows that the inside won't work. Max to the inside, Vaughn all the way up there with help from Napa.
Look at that, forcing 3 wide. Once again, Savage almost 4 wide. Still almost 4. Back down to 3,
Contact
4
made.
wide.
Back.
Oh my goodness, 4 wide down the back again. As Ethan's gonna back out of it. Crazy stuff happening.
You saw that break input on that number 11 machine. Smart move by him to back out of that. It would have been disaster coming into turn 3.
Now the field gets a bit more separated here. Single file almost on the outside. Patrono goes deep.
Whoa!
Oh!
Down to the apron, big contact made. Savage comes out of the race leader after that. The top 2 stars have really been Savage and Max all race.
Big moves off of turn 4 back there. Paterna got shoved down low, almost a wreck, I think.
Yeah, and look
Rich
at the
dropping
IR
it down.
cars, the 88 of Rich and the 93 of Vaughn. They pushed all the... Whoa, and there goes Rich!
Spinning down the back
Not
straightaway in
Rich,
the face of the
Vaughn.
field.
He's
Does he
around.
save it? Yes or no? Spinning, spinning, spinning. He won't. Vaughn stranded at the end of the back straightaway.
Look at Slam Door here coming for the lead after being in the back most of the race. Ethan back down to the inside for the lead.
And as the race progresses, these drivers are getting real aggressive, especially Savage, Max, and Ethan. They have been the big three, 15 laps into this race.
They head through turns number 1 and 2. Napa heading for the lead here on the outside of Ethan. Ethan's gonna get a shove from the 77, and it's not gonna happen. Where is Vaughn right now? I don't see him.
Spun on the back straightaway just a lap ago.
No, I know that, but
It's
where
out
is
of
he? Let me
2.
see.
Oh, he's coming off of turn 2 right now.
It's about a backstretch behind.
The
I
outside.
don't know what
though,
really
also.
happened there. The two IR Motorsports cars flew out to the lead out of nowhere, and it looks like Vaughn just got shuffled all the way to the top and then hooked, turned, could not get it back around and going as quick as he had hoped. Now he's out of the draft, and it looks like the other IR Motorsports car of Rich could also be out of the draft here. No, not quite. It's going 195.
With
Aggressive.
Napa, Rich, and Vaughn out of the draft, it's really just these top 5 who really can't make anything work. Really, single file will be the only thing that will be beneficial for them.
And
Aggressive block.
Napa just dropped back to Vaughn. Now, these two are not good. They're not allies. They're not teammates. However, they are really good friends, and that friendship is showing as Napa and Vaughn working together to try and keep up
Absolutely.
with this field in the back.
Oh,
Now they
three-
might go
like,
3 wide. Patrono trying to make it
I
there,
kept
but
saying
backs
Vaughn.
out.
That's Rich.
They come down the front straightaway here. Max Blujo pushing Ethan on the inside. Slam Door pushing Savage on the outside. They come back down. Slam Door stays on the outside. They head through turns number 1 and 2. They go back down single file.
And Ethan's been doing quite the job of blocking and generally just maintaining his position. He is really having a run down this in this race here, only 17 laps in. He's a good pick to win this race.
And do you think that Vaughn spinning kind of almost scared them? Well, not really scared, but almost scared them into going back single file.
Well, no, we're still pretty aggressive, even with 5 cars in the lead pack right now. But I'd say what Vaughn caused was a little bit less of let's say outside line, inside line. It's really just been single file is the only thing that works. After Vaughn spun, everything just went apart.
That was the real climax there. We're getting back
Just
to
now. Ethan has lost the race lead, but is still up there pushing that number 77 machine of Savage, trying to get that position back, but he still has to worry about Patrono on his back bumper.
And what has happened? Vaughn is even further back. He is
Goodness.
almost a lapped car.
Yeah, Vaughn just now making his way into turn 1. The field, if you spectate Vaughn right now, he is the rest of the field, the lead pack, those 5 cars right there are in the picture in some shots, so you can really tell that Vaughn is especially off the draft right now.
The draft is a lot here. Big run from Patrona, almost a spin, I would think, from Savage. Ethan going back to the lead. He's doing really good here.
Now take a look at Napa and Rich down the back straightaway coming into turn 3. Napa maintaining a steady 203 miles an hour coming off of turn 4, slowed back down, but that duo is really working out right now.
They come down the front straightaway. Now lap 20. I'd expect to see some pit stops soon. And Max Blujo on the outside with Slam Door. Napa and Rich are going to be a force to deal with when they get to the pack, which is now. they get a bit disconnected there in turn 1.
But it's bad timing for that duo right there, as the field is just now about to go into pit road. Most of these drivers ranging from 10
That's-
millimeters to 20 liters of fuel.
We get some pit stops this lap, I believe. Ethan and Slamdor to pit now, and Slamdor said that. So we're gonna get some pitters, I think. Yes,
Ethan, Savage, most of the lead pack down
everybody.
pit road. Everybody. Now, how are they going to get this mess sorted out?
Everyone on pit road as they enter. You got one line of cars forming. Slamdor is out of that. It's gonna be really good.
Slamdor, smart decision right there.
Everyone gets into their pit boxes relatively cleanly. Who's going to win the race off?
Now, who will be first out? Napa hard charge. It will be Patrono.
I'm wondering.
Now, the lead pack for the most part is pretty much together about maybe 2 turns back, so it'll be quite an easy job for them all to bunch up again and things will start getting aggressive. With just 10 laps to go in Duel 1.
Yeah, it should be just enough time. Let's look further back. I believe that's Slamdor leading the biggest group of cars in this lead pack right now. So these
That
3
is
cars, if
3
they stay
cars.
linked up, that can be really good for them. They'll be gaining really quickly. And they'll pick up Savage along the way. I think they'll pick up one other car. No, not really. But we have another group of 3 starting to form up towards the front of the main pack. That's Patrono, Napa, and Ethan.
And they do catch on to Savage. You saw Rich reach 203 miles an hour off of turn number 4, so you can really tell these 4 cars are really going to be the ones to worry about. Back up front, though, you see Patrono, Napa, and Ethan making a 3-car party down at the front, but it clearly won't be enough. That 4-car train is really approaching them.
They're gonna get a big run when they catch up to this pack. I expect them to take the outside. They get back here.
Those 4 cars, contact made, that breaks them up a little bit. But it won't matter because they're practically with the leaders now.
Did Vaughn pit?
I do not believe Vaughn has pit yet. No. Oh, wait, no, he just did
No, he
pit.
did.
Wait, what? How in the world? He somehow managed to pit? He managed to pit and gain to 18 seconds back from his original nearly a lap.
Now the pack is back together, but I wouldn't really call it a pack. I'd say more of a choo-choo train coming down into the trioval. This will mark 6 laps to go at Daytona.
Pole sitter Patrono leads the pack as we see Slamdor out of line back there. Trying to make an outside line work, I think.
Look at Ethan trying to make that middle line work. Got to the back bumper of Napa, couldn't really make it happen. There's a gap that I see, though. Here comes the outside.
Napa, EJ, and Rich all in one 3-car train on the outside, 4-car train on the inside.
The outside had its shine, but now it's time for the inside line. Patrono, pretty much the dominant car of the day, leads them down off of turn 4. That will mark 6 laps to go at the start-finish line.
When do we think we can get back to multi-lane racing?
As Savage made a questionable move there for the lead. It did not look like all 4 tires under the line, though, so there will be no penalty. But we do need to be watching for that.
Slamdor needs to be up Andy, he is currently not in the 500.
The 150.
158.
And look at the pushes they are giving. Shoves them out a little, scatters them. Ethan gets pushed out of line, tries to join with Patrono, does not work. Here comes the inside.
Savage leads them off the corner. He's really been up front all race here. Has come to 5 laps to go here in Daytona.
Now the top three have been really the big pushers, especially with Savage. With those blocks, you saw just a lap ago, you saw Napa get to that apron after a bad push from Ethan, really just scattered the field. So I would not be surprised if Savage slips up and may cost his race in these closing laps.
Dead on the back. Still single file. Coming to 4 laps to go now.
As we see Napa get left out to dry. That moves, I believe, Rich, EJ, and Patrono up.
You got a tight battle for the last straight spot back here. Max Blugio and Slamdor. Looks like they're gonna push each other actually.
Savage shoveled out of line by Rich. Here he comes. Help coming from Patrono.
The outside is back. These 2 cars up here. Max Blugio now trying to get there, but he can't. Savage to the lead. Here comes the run on the
Not for
inside.
long.
We got
was
Rich in
that
the
push.
88.
It was that push from Slamdor that really helped the inside line. Now two cars out front ahead of Savage.
Rich will lead them to 3 laps to go. Max Blugio still at the very back here. And Napa
Whoa!
sends it 3 wide for a second to get a bit of lag here.
What a move by that number 99 machine. Now Rich still contains that race lead, but he'll have to defend against Napa and that 83 machine of Slamdor. Don't forget about Max Blugio. He's looking real strong.
A really tight battle here for last transfer spot, as Ethan is going to move up out of that last transfer spot. Max Blugio back there yet again. He just cannot get a break this race.
Patrono, a refugee from the outside line, came down to the inside to fend off Rich down to the apron. What a block! Contact made. They keep it straight. The field were getting really aggressive with 2 laps to go at Daytona.
The 31 moves up to the inside. Now the 11 and 77 go with them on the outside. They seem pretty committed to this outside lane here.
Savage falling back to that inside line. He tried to join, but at what cost? Because Max just pulled in front of him with no drafting help whatsoever. Now Ethan is stuck on the outside. It will be 1 lap to go when they come around this time.
Savage might miss the 150.
I wouldn't get any hopes or any worries about that yet. There's still 1 more lap around here in Daytona. White flag presented by Debit to Bank. 2.5 miles left for Patrono.
And it looks like Savage will be the one to be out. I mean, what a day it's been for that 77 machine, but at this point, all hope is lost. He will miss out on the 150. But up front, things are getting really shaky.
They head down the back straightaway here. Savage has gotta hope, pray for a wreck. As they head into turn number 3, Rich on the outside trying to make that work.
Patrono just barely out front. Rich joins that inside line. Through turns 3 and 4, Rich, peeking outside, tries to trick Patrono. What will he do? He only has the outside. He has the 83 on the inside. Back to the start-finish line. Patrono will get the checkered flag at Daytona and will start inside line, row 1 for the 150.
Row 2. There's qualifying, remember?
Oh.
Wow. And such a heartbreak for Savage and Vaughn. And that is Duel 1.
From jumping out of his car to race winner.
Everyone pull it into pit road except for Patrono can stop at the start finish line.
Oh, Jesus, Ethan. Aggression much?
Please go to arguments if you have anything to settle. As Patrono is going to get to burn it down after winning duel number 1. And then we'll get to a few interviews before a quick intermission and duel number 2. Patrono, there's a thing. Sit at the start finish line. There's a thing I do. I'll tell you when you're ready. Just listen to me. I'll guide you through it. And what a finish to the duel. Get behind the start finish line, please, Patrono. And we do have a fight in arguments. Actually, no, we don't. I thought there was going to be one. But people are handling this pretty well. And Savage and Vaughn miss the Daytona 150. Any thoughts from Duel 1, Ally and Euro?
Pretty great race. Pretty good introduction.
Stay in
To
your car,
PRA
Patrono.
season 5.
Sorry, continue.
Pretty good introduction to season 5. I have high hopes for the rest of the season. Looking good.
Alright, accelerate and turn across the line, then stop. Patrono. Accelerate
Easy.
and turn across the line, then stop. Thank you. And I'll tell you when you're ready. Patrono, go crazy! As Patrono burns it down, and go ahead and go
Don't
to
hit that
victory
wall,
lane.
buddy.
Let's go ahead and interview a few drivers. Let me see this. Hold on. gosh. Alright. And, let's get a few interviews. First two people to say the E in chat, I guess. We'll interview two, and then we'll get to intermission and then duel 2. Alright, it will be Nappa and... nobody else. Alright. Just Nappa, then. Oh, wait. Yeah, okay, Vaughn. Right, I keep forgetting about, console. Be patient with me. Alright. Intermission, depends on how long it takes to set up the duel. But I'm probably gonna get a snack too, so. Anyway, we'll be interviewing Nappa and then Vaughn, starting with Nappa. Hello, Nappa. Is Crimson Cell in the PRA booth? You got me?
I got you.
Well, you, I believe, have officially made the Daytona 150. Congratulations. You're going to be making your final Daytona 150 this season. How you feel?
It feels good, man. It feels pretty cool just to have a photo finish for third and just come back from a huge deficit of falling behind the pack. I'm glad Rich was able to give me that monster ass push that he gave me, but it was good to finally do my last season in the Daytona 150.
Yeah, of course, you'll be 5th on the inside line, pretty deep in the field, but regardless, you still made the race. What's your plan for the upcoming week before the biggest race in PRA?
I don't really know, but we'll just... After watching Duel 2, I think I'll have some sort of idea what I'm doing for the 150 mid-pack. I'm praying. I don't know. I'm clueless.
Alright. Well, congratulations on that. Go ahead and get your studying in for duel number 2, which will be happening pretty shortly. 0.01 seconds were between you and Slamdor, I believe. Really close. That was a thrilling finish to watch. And have a good rest of your night, Nappa.
You too.
Alright, and let's interview Vaughn. In the 93 for Iron Motorsports, a disappointing start to the season. His season 5 Daytona 150 dreams end here. Hello, Vaughn. How are you doing?
Pretty bad, you know. I mean, I got cleaned out by my ally. Don't know how to put it, but yeah. I mean, we were doing good down the backstretch, and then because he was leaning on my door going through 3 and 4, so I'm trying to get him off my door. And I shove him up the track a little bit, try and get him off me. And going down the backstretch, he just hooks me right into Patrono and spins me out. So I don't know what the hell he was doing. So, but yeah, I'm gonna remember that for the rest of the season. So yeah, I don't give a damn if he's my ally or not. That was just unnecessary. But yeah, we'll go try and have a good day at Las Vegas.
Yeah, and of course, this isn't the only time that you and Savage have been upset at each other, had a run-in, whatever. Of course, there was Dover, the second Dover race last season where he slipped up, you took advantage, and took that win from him when, according to him, earlier in the race, you had said that you were going to let him win or try and help him win. So this isn't the only time, of course. Do you think this is the start of something more, or do you think that you guys just need to have a talk and get it straight with each other and restart?
Yeah, this isn't the first time he's raced me like that. He raced me like that at the Clash too, and he's just still mad at Dover. I mean, I was hired to win races, and that's what I did. I won a race, and he's just still pissed off about that. So, it's okay. We can hold grudges. So, I'll be holding that grudge.
All right then. Well, thank you for your time. Can't wait to see you again in Las Vegas. Have a good, I believe, 3 weeks off. Oh my gosh. Have a good one, Vaughn.
All right.
Well, that was an exciting duel one, but wait, there's more. We have one more duel to go. That's another 30 laps of action from the Daytona International Speedway, and that will be coming up next. I'm Crimson Cell, and I'll see you after this quick intermission. everybody, and welcome to the Daytona International Speedway once more for Duel number 2. I'm Crimson, and I'm here with Ally, and Euro will probably be arriving later to set the outside row for the Daytona 150. We have 7 cars this time, rather than 8, unfortunately, that will be racing here tonight to set the outside. Storm in the 74, Aiden in the 21, Core in the 24, among them. Really excited to get this duel started. Some of the best in PRA here to represent themselves. It is a primarily veteran field. There's only one rookie compared to duel number 1's, I think, 3. And that is Kirby in the 60. So, Ally, from what we saw in duel number 1, what can you expect here in duel number 2? Euro's arrived. We're doing pre-race. Well, let's go ahead and get some interviews. And I just realized I had commentary muted. This is what happens when there's like 60 billion things to pay attention to, which is happening tonight because I... Blah, blah, blah. Anyway. My apologies. Ally basically said expect a lot of training, particularly mid-duel. Anywho, without any further ado, let's get some interviews started. Let's interview your pole sitter here for duel number 2, qualified 4th in Daytona 150 qualifying, and that's Storm for Savage Motorsports. Hello, Storm. How are you doing here today?
Good.
Do set numbers, everyone in the field. Set your numbers. Set your numbers. Set your numbers. Anyway,
I'm on fire!
Don't worry about that. I'm scared.
Alright, anyway. So, you're starting on the pole, and luckily, you have a row of... You have 2 other Chevys behind you. That's Chesko subbing for real and Core in the 24. How do you think that's going to work out, having 3 of the same manufacturer in a row, especially on the inside, which is the dominant lane for that first lap off of the start?
I think it'll work well. I mean, nothing. You can't really predict anything with Daytona. It's all just gonna go as it goes. So I'm just gonna try and stick on the inside. We'll go where we go once race starts. You know, nothing's predictable.
Alright then, any questions for Storm?
Nope. Good luck out there, though.
Thank you.
I was gonna do that!
Okay.
Do I need to
Thank you
rejoin?
for your time, Storm. Go ahead and rejoin VC. On to the next interview. First person to say T in chat. Alright, we'll be interviewing Chesko, who's subbing for real. Give me just 1 second to ping about the second duel, though. Alright. Hello, Chesko. How are you doing today?
Hello, I'm doing pretty good. Just getting off being sick once again, but pretty glad to be here. First time back in the car in a while. Excited. 7-4 real here on the inside lane. Think it's gonna be a good one.
What? Why are you so close? Alright, anyway. So, you're starting in a really good spot in the middle of pretty much a manufacturer's sandwich. You have two Savage Motorsports cars and an IR Motorsports car on top of yourself. This is this duel is filled with a very large alliance. How comfortable do you feel being able to get perhaps the entirety of your alliance into the Daytona 150 here in duel number 2?
I mean, I'm feeling pretty comfortable here. These are a lot of guys I've worked with last season. I think we'll be able to draft pretty well together, and I think just working on strategy, not wrecking, should help us get us into the 150 here.
All right then. Well, any questions for Chesko, ally? I'll let Insane be, but any questions for Chesko here, ally?
No.
All right then. Well, thank you for your time, Chesko, and good luck today. Go ahead and rejoin
See ya.
VC. And the final person to be interviewed is going to be whoever says P first. All right, Kirby. All the way in the back. All right. Well, here we are. All the way at the back. Kirby starting last in Duel 2, definitely not a spot you want to be in, but how optimistic are you for Duel 2?
It really depends, honestly. Because the people up front, they can be a little bit nice, but they can also be a little bit mean. It depends if they're nice, but if they're mean, then I have no hope.
Yeah, you are the sole rookie in this field here today. Is that kind of a daunting feeling? You're up with the people who have already established themselves time after time after time in the Peak Racing Association. How are you going to combat that? Like, what are you going to try and use to your advantage against these veterans?
Well, I think I did pretty good in tryouts. Against a bunch of the other rookies or people that are redoing tryouts because their license ran out. So I have my doubts, but I also have more hope than doubt in the field. But other than that, I think I can win.
All right then.
I have a question.
All right.
All right. So, what's your name? Kirby. So, what are you doing here? Defense or offense? Are you gonna be aggressive, or are you gonna be smart, stay in line? What do you do?
I'm probably gonna have to play more offense because I'm all the way in the back, so I'm gonna have to cut my way through the field, and then I'll probably start playing defense when I get to more mid front of the pack. I kind of probably should have not told everyone that, but it doesn't really matter. It's good. It's okay.
All right, man. You're my pick.
Yeah.
All right then. Well, congrats. What? Good luck here tonight, Kirby.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and rejoin VC. Without any further ado, haha, I get to fly, you don't. Haha, haha, haha. Let's get to our commentators' pit box here. The number 1 pit box will be watching Storm throughout the duel. It looks like DB is going to be the one doing the command here for the duels. Oh boy. Alright. Hope everyone's next to their cars. Gonna turn up the volume all the way. And now for the command for Duel 2, presented by driver of the number 73, Season 4 runner-up and 3-time Peak Racing Association winner, DB.
I don't feel like doing this, but, drivers, start your engines!
Go ahead and rejoin VC.
Wait, Chesko! I love you! Chesko! Chesko!
The stream can hear you.
Oh, my bad.
Alright then. Well, 7 cars in duel number 2. Another 30 laps. And then we'll have the starting order for the Daytona 150. Change all laps. -1. Set your numbers if you haven't yet, by the way. I don't know why I need to keep reminding you. This should be in practice by now. And change all laps -1. So I'm still waiting on insane.
Wait, what?
Not insane. Freaking Ethan. Oh wait, no, wait, I'm stupid. Never mind. Ignore me. And change all laps -1. Oh, I just had a big stupid. Kick EJ. Watch stream. Kick gamer. Watch stream. Alright. Alright then. Well, so much delay. Few quirks. But I think I actually accidentally turned down volume all the way. Go ahead and paste 90 miles an hour single file. Standard roll-off procedure. Alright, well, Storm in the 74 is on the pole, followed by Aiden in the 21.
On row 2, we have the 48 of Chesko subbing for Real and the 73 of DD.
Back in row number 3, we have. I'm sorry, row number 4?
3.
What rows? Row number 3, we have the number 25 machine.
24 machine of core.
I'm so stupid. I'm sorry, the 24 machine of core, and just the next number over, the number 25 machine of JDA.
Of system. Use the banners. Unless it's a sub, which we say. And then rounding out your field is Kirby. In the number 60, the lone rookie here tonight in the duels. But on the pole, Storm, this beautiful Monster Energy machine. It comes alive at night. Oh my goodness. Beautiful car. And here, coming towards the green this time. Let's get some picks. Starting with you, Ally.
My pick to win this race is GB. He won the Clash. He got a good run at the end, a good push from his teammate of Savage. And I think he has the skill to do it here at Daytona.
Euro.
I said it before and I'll say it again. Kirby will definitely be the one to get it done tonight.
Starting in last. Lots of ground to make up, but it's not impossible. Anything can happen here in Daytona, as it is green this time. And honestly, I think I'm going to go for Chesko. He shows promises. He shows promise at the super speedways. He's aggressive. He's not afraid to make that move when it matters. I think as long as he can stay in this field with his alliance, he has a great shot at winning this duel. And I think overall, this entire alliance has a great shot at making it into the Daytona 150 as long as they work together and don't do the same thing Vaughn did with his ally at Savage last duel.
They paced on the back straightaway here.
It will be green this time by when they come around.
No, wait, no. I completely messed up there. Now my sentence is ruined. Anyways, Euro, why were you making playoff implications with Chesko on pit road?
How about don't worry about it?
Okay then.
Alright, down into turn number 3. It's time for Duel 2. 30 more laps of action here tonight.
The field makes their way through turns 3 and 4. Storm will be the one to lead them. For the second time tonight, we will go back green. The field doubles up. Storm inside.
Double up. Inside on the apron, remember, inside on the apron.
Storm inside, Aiden outside. To the Crimson Designs restart zone, green flag. Duel number 2 is underway. Nobody jumps out their car this time.
Good.
Storm holding it strong on the inside line. Yeah.
And into the tri-oval, Storm in the 74 is going to lead lap number 1 from the pole here in duel number 2.
DB has fallen back there with Aiden. Looks like they're going to go to the back, try to avoid any major things that might be going on right now. Core and Chesko working together. Nope, Chesko. I just messed up, sorry.
And look at that outside lane forming up 4 cars on the outside here in duel number 2. Whoa!
Contact made from DB.
Oh.
That was about to be bad. But he
Out of
keeps it
turn
straight.
4.
We stay green down the front straightaway, and it's looking like we're going to have a new leader this time by. That's the 24 of Core for IR Motorsports.
But Kirby, from last on the start of this race, has made his way up to the second position. Said during his interview that he'll cut through the field, and cut through the field he did. Kirby is up there.
Look at Aiden trying to make it 3. Doesn't work. He's going to slide back down to the middle. Slight contact up front, but we stay pushing. Look at Core, now clear. He's trying to get Kirby clear as well.
Or out front by just about a car length, now 2 car lengths. Kirby dives to the inside with drafting help. Is Kirby.
In turns number 3 and 4, Kirby to the outside. Core's gonna go up to block. Only Storm and Chesko on the inside. They head down the front straightaway. DB goes down to push Storm. They're to complete lap number 3. Core still leads.
Storm stranded on the inside, but here comes DB drafting help from Chesko. Contact into turn number 1. Storm has to force his way to that inside line, but Kirby goes down to block.
Kirby really good here at Daytona, gets the push from the 74. He's going to go to the lead. DB's going to go push to the 24 of Core. And we're still side by side here in Daytona.
Yeah,
Now
and I
the
was
inside.
wondering it down the out of turn 2 if Storm and Chesko were gonna go with their we're gonna go with in one case their teammate and in another case their ally, but it seems they didn't. But now look at that, Storm gonna come up to block, and that's 3 of 4 Chevrolets all linked up on the top. This is looking like a formidable foe here down the front straightaway as Storm goes back down to block Kirby. Here comes Core.
We're getting really big runs. Usually one lane has 4 cars and the other lane has 3. Really big runs here, from both lanes, and that's not really something I was expecting to see here.
Yeah, compared
Kirby
to
with-
Duel 1, this is definitely whoa! And they get it straight again. Almost a big crash with Core and Storm. I think they got hooked off of DB's front bumper, but we stay green. But as I was saying, compared to Duel 1, the drivers in this duel, I think this is partly experience. They seem a lot more willing to race. And whoa! Sideways out of turn number 4. That is System in the number 25 Party City Toyota Camry.
In big air, he went off of turn 4, was lucky to keep that car straight, spun it, it would have been wraps, he would have lost that draft, just like Vaughn did. Now Kirby trying to make something work on the outside line.
The 74 of Storm and the 73 of DB are teammates here.
Now DB falling back on the outside, getting help from the number 21 of Aiden. Now Kirby continues to progress to that outside, falls back, and now will help his previous drafting partner, Storm, just about half a car length up front.
System to lead in turn number 3. Gonna push from Chesko. Gonna go up, fall out of the inside. Chesko to the lead now. And System is gonna get a push from the 74. Core's a bit loose there.
Now here comes Chesko from the end of the pack now to the race lead, or nearly to the race lead. System still out front by just about a fender, but that'll change here in turn one. Chesko, your new race leader.
Kirby
Yeah,
is
but I'm wondering, can that outside rebound? We know that the inside gains in the corners, but look at that run on the outside. System getting pushed by Storm, DB in tow. There's Aiden going up to the top, and that's 2 cars clear down the back straightaway, nearly 3.
And the outside line is really the one to beat, but now they come to the inside line. Now Storm pushing the number 25 machine of System as they make their way off of turn 4.
the 60 of Kirby is way back there. Looks like he's hoping for a big run here in a situation like this where they're all training out front. System still leads in that Party City, almost at Chevrolet Toyota, as he's going to get left out to dry. The outside gets a move on.
Whoa!
Contact!
And they're wrecking!
Storm saves it. Big. They continue to make contact. Core down under the double yellow line, but will get to the race lead with that move.
Really squirrely. The drivers this duel have been a lot less careful than in Duel 1, and that's showing. As now Core in the 24 propelled to the race lead out of nowhere, and look at that train on the inside. Here comes a run for Storm. He goes high. DB can't help him. Core goes up to block, tries to block System, not early enough, but he has help from 2 of the 4 Chevrolets in today's duel.
The block came at a cost at first, and it will continue to come at a cost. Storm gets room on the inside line with help from System back to the race lead.
Storm leads as they head down the back straight away. And Core with the run. IR Motorsports and Aiden on the outside. As they enter turn number 3, Aiden goes a bit high there. Gonna keep it together for these corners.
The inside line looking like the ones to beat. They're going real strong coming off of turn 4, especially with Storm in tow, but that can easily change in just a matter of seconds.
And we just saw that change in a matter of seconds.
I was gonna say, look at DB looking up, going up the middle there. I think that's what he did to win the clash, get a push, move up the middle, and then he was just able to keep it.
Kirby reaching his hand out to the number 74 machine of Storm, trying to get that inside line working again, but now the middle, the leader, System is there, but here comes that inside, Chesko and System in tow.
Yeah, and we just saw DB slot into line in front of his teammate. Both of the Savage Motorsports guys now linked up. Both IR and Savage have been trading this dynamic of being linked up with their teammates. However, they haven't been able to find each other yet. If they can find each other, I'm really interested to see what they can do. Because there's 2 Toyotas, and sure, they're related, IDK Racing. And then there's 1 lone Ford. That's Aiden for Ace Alpine.
Kirby reaching his hand out to System now, coming to turn number 1.
These are teammates.
Entering... through turn number 1 and 2. 3 wide for second. DB getting a push from Core. That puts DB in the lead. Core may be clear for second. He is. He goes to the inside.
What a block, but more contact. That
Core
move by
just has
DB,
to back out.
And that move by DB propelled him to the race lead, but it won't last for long. Core looking real strong off of turn 4. Outside he goes.
3 wide for the lead.
A System wastes no time to make it 3 wide on the inside. Look at this. And that really split up Core and I think it was DB. But look at those Savage Motorsports guys. Core's going to slot in line too with help from Aiden. Now, there's 4 cars on the top and 2 on the bottom. The 2 on the bottom, though, they are teammates. So that could work out in their favor as Core goes to the outside. Does DB go up to block? No, he doesn't. And side by side for second.
Great racing here in Daytona. Storm pushes his teammate. Kirby pushing his teammate. Chesko, I guess, will be pushing his teammate, but he's pretty far out back. So Aiden's giving a push to Core.
Look at that
Now,
run
for
that
big-
just, it appeared out of nowhere, something really common with the next gen car. These runs, when they do happen, which isn't all the time, but when they do happen, it is such a powerful run. We just saw that with Aiden and Core. If Core didn't hit the wall, I would have expected that top to be way further ahead than they are right now.
Kirby
Almost.
and System, what a duo all race, 13 laps in, but it doesn't mean that they will be the ones to win unless they can just quite make something work.
They head through, I think this is no, this is 3 and 4. And it's still DB leading. As Core is left out on the outside, he might get something here. Nobody's gonna fall back to his IR Motorsports teammate of Chesko. I mean, it's real, but Chesko for him, so he counts.
DB with drafting help from pretty much all of the field, but look at the jump that the other 4 cars just took. What a move by System. He'll be the leader of the outside line, just out front by maybe a fender.
System leads. Kirby gives him a push down to turns 3 and 4. System drops down low, thinks about it, goes back up to Kirby on the outside line. And Kirby drops low.
What a move by that number 60 machine. He'll be the race leader, but not for long. Here comes System with help from Core on the outside.
But that inside is so built up, I don't think they can keep it there for much longer. No, there's Aiden back to the top.
They head
still holding strong with his teammate System. Not door to door, but they are 1-2, but not for long. Here comes DB with help from Storm.
Kirby leads the pack. Big run down the back by the 25 and the 24. They just need more cars out there. And Aiden gets pushed in. He might go to the outside. Kirby back on the outside to get the big push from the 25 System.
And so far, we have not had a caution. Just a duel ago, last lap there was a caution for Vaughn spitting, or well, no, there wasn't. But what I actually meant was no spins so far in this 16-lap run. Just 2 laps ago in the last duel, Vaughn was the one to do that. Lost the draft, 18 seconds behind, and is not happy with Savage.
Now look at Core jumping to the top. Wow, what a risky move. Does that work out in his favor? He looks to the inside of System, who manages to land the block. Look at those Toyotas working together. Kirby and System on top of it right now in Duel 2.
Kirby with drafting help from his teammate.
Things are getting dicey again here in Daytona. And just as I say that, it looks like they're going to single file out here. Whoa! 60 moves up. He's gonna get left out to dry. No, he's the push of the 74.
Storm's been really the supporter here for pretty much everyone. Someone falls back, Storm is there to help.
And Core is really dishing out aggressive blocks here. Just 1 lap ago, I think on DB, and now. Just now on, I forget who.
I keep seeing these moves made all down the straightaways by Core. He really likes to weave and try and get a fender in between a car and being successfully clear. He just hasn't had the best of luck thus far. He doesn't have the big enough run the majority of the time, but especially out of turn 2, you see him dive down to the bottom.
Big contact. More contact. Spinning is Kirby.
He's
Will he save it? He's in the brake, back in the throttle. For the most part, keeps it straight, but comes at a cost. About 2 seconds behind. That may be it for Kirby.
There's almost another wreck there with System and Core. It was really close. Core came down Sorry, system came down on Core's front fender. And they're gonna be pit stops soon.
Yeah, I think that's partly why they're single filed out, but also we just had someone spin because they got just a little too aggressive. As we see now, Core slides up. Here comes the outside once again. Right as I talk about them being single file, they start getting racy again. But coming up on pit stops here in duel number 2, lap 19 now underway. Let's take a look at fuel. Silently acknowledge it for these drivers to not just leak anything in case someone's been saving.
Now System has really no one to rely off of. His main trust, he was really trusting his teammate, Kirby, but now with him gone, he's left to fend for himself now down the back straightaway.
Core seems a bit unhappy with System saying that he keeps brake checking.
There are 1, 2, 3, 4, now 5 cars going down pit road this time, possibly the whole pack going down.
I wouldn't see why anyone would want to not come down pit road this time. Here we go. Pit stops in Daytona.
Well, pit.
Chesko a little bit too fast there.
And that might have been it for him.
Kirby stays out.
Kirby to the race lead, but, actually, yes, Kirby to the race lead because of him staying out. He has 9 liters left in that tank, so really pushing the limits of his fuel tank here. So, yeah, look at him. Look at his throttle. He's feathering the throttle right now, trying to save as much fuel as humanly possible. This may be hit or miss for that number 60 of Kirby.
So Kirby is going to enter turn number 3. Where are they on period?
We just exited.
So this may be your good call. He would have to come down this time, I would think.
He will make it back to pit road. Question is,
he's staying
can he go
out
all that way? Or no, he's staying out. No, that's going to be it. Or not.
He was at 9 liters at the beginning of the lap, and now he has 7.
He is saving really well. He might have just found a method of saving that nobody else has found before.
What is Kirby cooking up in the cockpit of that 60?
So,
that's
how far back the rest are here. 23 seconds.
And then Chesko, a whole 10 behind the rest of the field, roughly, if I had to guess, he went a little too hot into pit road. There he is, 12 seconds back.
My guess is that Kirby can stay out for just 2 laps more. You're really only wasting 2 to 3 liters a lap, so just that amount, and he'll probably be going in.
Let's see the gap this time. Obviously, will have decreased.
Indeed.
So, the rest of the pack now just exiting 4, led by Storm.
And Kirby is on that throttle like crazy, currently running 3.7 milliliters.
I think he has to come down this time. But this is really good saving from Kirby.
Yeah, that's why I knew I could trust him with my pick. So 2 liters he is running now. Pulls in, he's bringing it down. 22 seconds is the gap. He might get away with this.
Let's see. Storm.
And that was a really good pit entry too. He entered exactly at pit speed. He probably could have pushed another mile an hour without getting caught speeding, but didn't want to risk it.
Storm is a breakaway from the pack. He leads them down through the trioval, and they will all pass Kirby back. Wait, maybe not Chesko, but not Chesko.
So no, it did not work out too well for Kirby. He is currently
the transfer spot.
About a full 2 turns at Daytona behind. So really did not work out for that number 60.
Wait, hold on. Let me just see this real quick. That worked out perfectly fine. fancy spot.
Storm remains out front, but he has 4 cars in hot pursuit of him. Leading those 4 cars is Aiden.
Yeah, and Aiden, we haven't seen much of him so far this duel. He's mostly been in the back supporting anyone who might have fallen out of line, but now we see he's leading this train of 4 cars, the lone Ford in this field, showing you don't need numbers to be fast. And now, approaching Storm at a rapid pace. We'll see if he just pushes the 74 or if he makes a move.
As
Kirby got lucky for Chesko not to be in that lead pack. Chesko 15 seconds behind, Kirby 9. So it looks like it is the deal is sealed for that number 48 machine. It's likely guaranteed that he will not make the 150 unless a yellow comes out.
Unless there's a yellow, there's some wreck, there's so many opportunities still. If I was in that cockpit, I would not be getting discouraged right now. You still have 6 laps now to make something happen, for something to happen. I'd stay positive.
And they
Now,
head into number 1.
Those 4 cars have finally... Are you talking? Your mic's cutting out, I'm sorry.
No, go. You're fine. You're fine.
Those 4 cars caught up to Storm for a second there, fell off. Now they're back. To the back bumper of the 74 machine goes Aiden, but he's struggling to get past.
I don't think you need to do anything here. Realistically, just train around the outside, inside wherever you want to go here, and you'll be fine. You're not gonna cause anything if you just stay put.
5 to go.
5 laps to go here at Daytona. Here comes DB to the outside. Help from Core. Storm can't block in time. He still has that inside line to rely off of.
Storm has just been... He was the last car to go in qualifying at Daytona. And he's just been at the front of this pack since the pit stops. And... he still leads. Great job by Storm.
Core, you're going 200. I don't think it's broken. But, I don't know.
Your speed's not broken, Core. There's a there's a maximum amount you can be pushed, though.
Out of the trioval.
These cars are on the edge of 189 to 190, Core.
Still not much happening. Aiden was shuffled out to the back. So now it's DV pushing Storm. And it's still on Big Train. And, if you're Kirby, you like to see this. Although Kirby just lost a lot last lap.
Yeah, Chesko might actually be able to gain at this point on Kirby. This is going to be really interesting between these two. As while we were looking back there, DB is making a move for the lead, but he has no help. And that's Core on the outside now to the back bumper of Storm, pushing on the outside. Storm moves down, back up. Core tries to make a move, and I think now they're 3 wide with System in the middle.
If this is crazy, then the 150 is going to get even crazier. Nearly 4 wide as Aiden really pushes to the edge.
Nobody can get by Storm. He is just standing at the front of this pack. Nobody able to get past him so far. And, I mean, he's just good at managing this. He almost gets stuck below the double yellow as I say that. Would have had to shuffle out to the back.
DB, what will he do on the back bumper of that number 74 of Storm? In, out? Will he stay with him?
They come to 2 laps to go here in Daytona. Not a lot of time left.
If nobody can pass Storm now, then it looks like the deal is sealed. Storm will likely be going to the 150 in the spot that he's in. Here comes System, though.
Oh, man.
Nobody can get a
Hey.
run on this outside lane.
Because nobody wants to go on the outside lane.
On the hallway, no. You have DB and Aiden up here. They might be able to make something happen.
Doesn't look like it. They're dropping back, Ally.
And so, who did you pick to win?
I believe
Pick
it
Chester.
was... Yeah, Cheska.
Oh, what a run! What a run by Core, though.
And here we
They
go!
will take the white flag this time, sponsored by Debit2 Bank. It's not over yet. Core with help from DB.
Look at Core trying to make it work. There's 3 cars on the top now. If they can do this right, this is going to be crazy. Storm on the bottom, Core on the top in the number 24. He has help from DB. He has help from Aiden. And look at the run on the inside. Somehow, these 2 cars are sticking with it. But now Core is clear in the 24. Down the back straightaway for the final time.
It might be over for Storm here. He lost the lead at the wrong time. Now, nearly 3 wide. They were door to door for a second, but it looks like if Aiden can't do anything, if DB can't do anything, then it is locked in for Core. Out of turn 4. Aiden tries to go outside. They're door to door. Down to the start finish line. This one will be in the books. It will be Core.
Wow! What a finish for Core. That is, I believe now, the closest Super Speedway finish since Season 2. And it's only the duels!
The right time.
Oh my god.
0.042 seconds between Aiden and Core.
Storm will end up 5th. What a heartbreak for that number 74 car. Strong all day, but it just wasn't to be.
And Kirby gets the last transfer spot. Chesko, unfortunately for IR Motorsports, does not make the Daytona 150 tonight. Disappointing performance. He could have done it, and then he sped down pit road, and that sealed his fate. No cautions this duel compared to duel number 1, and that really just set a different tone for any mistakes. Everyone head into pit road except for Core.
That's it for tonight. What a race. Or what a race is.
Yeah, commentators, please stick around for post-race, though. Compared to what you've done in the past. And, Core is going to get to burn it down. He'll be the 3rd person in PRA Season 5 to do a burnout. What an impressive performance. What an exciting finish here from Daytona in Duel 2. This was a great duel, and I cannot wait to see what will come of... I have a few more things to do. I cannot wait to see what will come of the in the Daytona 150 1 week from now. 60 laps, 150 miles, in the biggest race in PRA. You don't want to miss it because the finishing order the starting order for that event has been set. Now, if you're not in the server, I recommend going down to the description, joining the server, because really shortly we'll be pinging with a full announcement from the duels and the lineup for the 150, and you don't want to miss it. There are so many opportunities and ways to get involved, but what a performance, and just wow. As, what a crazy finish. 0.042 seconds, if I remember correctly, the gap here. And overall, what do you guys think of the duels and their return for the first time since Season 3?
That was absolutely amazing. So this really sets the tone for the 150. We saw a great racing Duel 1, great racing Duel 2. Duel 2 had a pretty,
Core across the line.
Duel 2 had a pretty toe-curling finish, so I would not be surprised if the 150 did the same.
Yeah. Alright, and Core, go crazy!
Just go, come here.
And Corey, you can head to Victory Lane. Let's go ahead and get a few interviews. First two people to say E in chat, and then we'll interview dual winner core. All right, we'll be interviewing Kirby and Chesko. This is gonna be quite the ride, as they were both they were on either end of success here in the duels. Kirby, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. What about you?
I'm doing great after what an impressive duel. And so you stayed out after being spun early in the duel. You stayed out, you saved fuel, and you lost time. However, luckily Chesko sped, so you barely make it into the Daytona 150. By one position, you'll be rounding out the field a week from now in Daytona. What was your thought process throughout this duel, which was such a roller coaster for you, I'm sure?
So, my genuine thought process was I didn't say this in the interview because I kind of wanted to like make it kind of if it did happen, I wanted to make it a surprise. Because I usually like whenever I do Daytona races, I usually go for strategy if I ever get spun or if I'm leading and I have a good strat. Storm knows because Storm remember Darn Car Daytona, the last Daytona race when I won stage 2 with the strat. That's kind of like an example of how I do at Daytona. I go for strat, but it really depends on how the race goes and what kind of fuel system it is. I'm not really used to this kind of fuel system, but early on when I got spun, I found out, ooh, I can actually see pretty well. But it did mess with my arm a little bit, but I tried to make it work, but I had 2 leaders going down pit road, and I really didn't want to risk it. So, it's only the duels, and even if I didn't make it, I still had a bunch of other races to do.
Yeah. Well, you make the Daytona 150. You'll be starting in the very last spot, though. How are you going to make it? How are you going to get through the field and stay in the fight all race long a week from now after such a tough duel?
It's probably gonna be a little bit more different from the duel because the duel is obviously way smaller than the 150. But I might try to go for a similar strat to that. But pretty much that's about it. I might just start off with a similar strat as I did in the duel. Kind of the same thing as I said in my first interview, honestly. Except it's gonna probably take a little bit more longer because it's a bigger pack and all that. But yeah.
Alright then, well, thank you for your time and congratulations on making the 2025 Daytona 150, Kirby. Have a good day.
Good time.
And now let's interview Chesko, who was on the losing end of duel number 2. Hey, oh, did you leave? Oh no, there you are. Hey Chesko, how are you doing today?
I am in shambles.
Well, you had a pretty good run going for yourself. Sure, at one point you were 4 seconds off, but you were in the draft. You could have changed something.
Yep,
What?
I was able to catch back up. Then once we got to pits, I'm used to driving a different league's car that has brakes 3 times stronger than this. So yeah, that's just my race summed up in a nutshell. Speeding in a pit lane, level 3 penalty, had to wait 15 seconds, race ruined. I was doing good at the start. I was in the draft. I was able to catch back up anytime I fell back out. Draft helped me there. Had some help with DB and Storm there. But then at the end of the day, just that pit road penalty ruined that race for me. So very unfortunate, very disappointed. Sorry for real that I was not able to get him into the 150.
Alright then. Well, thank you for your time, Chesko. And hope to see more of you as a reserve in throughout Season 5. Thank you for your time.
See ya.
All right, and let's interview one more guy before we before we head out from Daytona. What a duel broadcast it has been. But Core comes out on top in duel number 2, and he will be starting right behind Beast in the Daytona 150, that 4th place starting position. Hello, Core. How are you doing?
Hello, Insel. I'm doing great, man. I'm doing very great.
My driver, congratulations on making the Daytona 150. And it's such a good spot too. You'll be in the upper third of the field to start the 150, and I believe this is actually going to be your first Daytona 150. How excited are you for that?
I'm absolutely hyped, especially seeing how the moves I could make during the duel. If I can make those moves in here, I'm sure I can probably make a move like that for the win. So I'm just excited to see what I can do for the Daytona 150, you know? Hopefully I can try to get a win in the first race of the season, which will be absolutely monumental for the team.
Yeah, of course. And you had some engine troubles towards the end of the duel, reporting you were about 2 miles an hour slower out of the draft than your competition towards the end of the duel. How'd you manage to get past that and still win here in duel number 2?
You know, I'm gonna be honest. I have to give props to BB for that one, because after I started to fall off the pace after that move, he gave me the push of a lifetime from the trioval to down the backstretch, and that really helped me get my momentum back up and set me up for the final half of the lap, which allowed me to sort of block and control the lanes to get the win.
All right, well, Ally, Euro, anything for Core before we tune out?
Great job.
All right, then. Well, congratulations on that duel win, and I'll see you in a week's time for the 5th annual Daytona 150 Core. Thanks for your time.
Insane vlog, by the way.
Well, what a duel broadcast it has been here from Daytona. I'm honestly amazed at the product that we saw here today. There are still a few quirks that will be solved in the days before the Daytona 150, but I am so excited for the season opener and to kick off Season 5 the right way. I hope that you had just as much fun as we up here in the booth did, throughout this dual broadcast. And without any further ado, I'll be signing off. Till the next time, I'm Crimson Cell, your host of the Peak Racing Association. Catch you next time.